MandA TV is very excited to be joined right now by Larry Reinharz, Managing Director of Woodbridge International. Larry, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about Woodbridge and what your role is.
So Woodbridge sells companies doing anywhere from $1 million to about $15 million of adjusted EBITDA. Industry generalist, we've done everything from healthcare to IT services to manufacturing to retail, distribution. We're headquartered in the U.S. 70% of our clients are in the U.S., maybe 10-20% in Latin America, 5-10% in Europe, the rest in India, Australia, the rest of Asia.
And what sectors mostly are you dealing with?
Right now we have a shrimp farm in Central America. And the last company we sold was a medical device business in Costa Rica. Then we sold a retailer up here in New England. So it's all over the map.
Let's talk about M&A activity then, generally. In 2016, it was down a little bit. Why do you think that was? And then what do you forecast looking into 2017?
M&A activity was down. We as a company we've actually closed more deals this year. What we are seeing is new client engagements are down. So people looking to hire us are down. In the United States, the second half of this year, we think a lot of that is this craziness with the elections, but then also companies' performance in the US, the trends are softening a little bit. The performance trends are softening a little bit.
And then what do you foresee for 2017?
Well, 2017, we're a little bit paranoid. We've been thinking we're probably in the 9th inning of this recovery, so when's it going to end? But this is one of the reasons we've gone global. So, different parts of the world cycle differently. So, U.S. is maybe softening. Right now, parts of Latin America are coming up. So, Argentina, things are bubbling up there. They have a new president, pro-business. Mexico, things are bubbling up. The thinking is Brazil has kind of reached bottom, so there's nowhere to go but up. So, while in the U.S., maybe things are softening, other parts of the world, India is growing. Our Indian business is very big right now. So.
What are some of the most frequently encountered trends globally?
The world's getting smaller, and we have clients in India, Asia, Europe, U.S., Latin America. There's always cultural nuances, but basically when business owners want to sell their baby, and most of our clients are the founders, they have the same issues. They want as many options as possible, and they get emotional about it, right? So, there's no predicting where the best buyer is going to come from, right? Some people think it's going to be somebody from my country. Some people think it's going to be somebody from overseas. We throw everything in the mix. So I guess the moral of the story is the world's getting smaller, and you always have to look globally.
Where do you see opportunities, do you think, moving forward?
Yeah, most of our business is still here in the U.S. In the U.S., it's a seller's market. So the shortage is good companies coming to market, not buyers, right? So the challenge for buyers is getting good companies in the U.S. because it's a seller's market. So they're all chasing the same deals. Valuations go up, they have to pay more, their returns go down. So my advice is learn Portuguese,
Okay.
right? So go global. If it's so trafficked over here, go global. We will no longer represent buyers that want to buy in the U.S., right? Or represent sellers that want to sell in the U.S. because it's a seller's market, right? There's so many buyers in this country, so if they want to buy in Latin America, if they want to buy in Europe, that's great because it's not as trafficked. So I think you just need to try to go where others aren't going.
What do you think about the economy? With Donald Trump's administration now, coming in to power, it was predicted that interest rates might go up a little bit this year, but now that's a big question mark.
Right.
So what do you foresee? What do you think is going to go on with the economy?
Yeah, so interest rates, they're so low right now. If they come up a little bit, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. I think, especially in the private sector, businesses really aren't that leveraged right now. With the whole, Trump thing, political, I guess nothing is ever as bad as it seems. So, there's what people say they're going to say to get elected and their pragmatism and what they'll actually do. So, yesterday I was more concerned than I am today.
It's funny that you should say that. I've heard a lot of people say that maybe a lot of this was rhetoric along the campaign trail just to get the attention and to get the votes, but it'll remain to be seen what changes he's actually going to make like that. Do you think that investors looking at the U.S. will be taking a step back, though, waiting to see what policies may change?
So many people want to be in the U.S.
Yeah.
As dysfunctional as we are, right, it's still the best place in the world to do business, right? I mean, we know that because we sell companies all over the world. If we sell a company in the U.S., we're going to get, we're going to get 10, 20, 30, 40 offers. That same business, if we sell it even in Europe, which is a good economy, in Germany, we're going to get 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 offers, right? So, and with all this craziness with the debates and the election, we have companies from overseas contacting us, want to buy here in this land of craziness. So I don't think that's going to stop.
Such an interesting time, with Brexit in June and now
Right.
this election.
Yeah.
There's a lot to look at.
You
a lot
just
to be
need to
considered.
take a long-term perspective, and what's happening is kind of a short period in time. So
That's exactly right. It's like people who want to watch the stock market every single
Right,
day. You
right.
can't do that.
Right.
Larry, it was great to hear your insight. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your day and joining us.
Good seeing you. Thank you.